Alright, so this is the upper body mobilizers. So we're going to come down onto your knees, knees apart and toes together. You take one arm and you reach it as far underneath you as you can. And as you breathe in, you take a long reach up to the ceiling, just with your eyes following your thumb. Now the key thing here with this one is to stop looking at the bald spot on the back of my head and to focus on what you're doing. So it's a nice twist to your back. And then if you know any tips as to what to do to cover up bald spots, please let me know. So same thing on the other side. Now what we're doing for this 5-minute block is to do about 5 on each side. And if you have the time to do more, obviously feel free to increase that, but I would definitely suggest to fit into the 5 minutes, then 5 is enough. Okay, exercise number 2 coming up very shortly is a cat stretch. So we're going to move into the cat stretch. You're going to come on to all fours. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees under hips. And it's a very simple arch up and a dip down. Now actually you're going to lift your spine up to the ceiling. That's where you take a breath out. And then as you lift your head up and dip your lower back, that's where you take a long breath in. And again, just for ease of use, I would suggest 5 reps of each. Again, just trying to keep your breathing nice and slow and steady and as relaxed as possible. And the second type of twist comes to bring your elbow down to the floor close to your knees. The other hand, as you can see, comes to your temple. And again, we're just looking up to the ceiling as you raise your elbow. This is kind of similar to the last one, but you'll feel that there's a little bit less range of movement here. So your back will feel a little bit tighter. And this is a much more local specific stretch into the middle of your back. The first one, because it's about more of your spine, you'll find you can get more movement. But this one's a little bit less. Kind of really looking out for whether you feel balanced on both sides. Okay, what we're then going to do is take one hand off to the side of you. Now the other hand comes on top, so it's just out of shot here. But basically my watch hand has crossed over. And I'm then sitting my bum back onto my feet. And what I'm feeling here is a big stretch all the way down the right hand side of me. So from around about just above my armpit all the way down to probably the bottom of my ribcage on the right hand side. It's a great little move if you spend a lot of time seated, whether you're driving or desk bound. It really opens up the side of your body. Feels pretty good actually, this one. And again, like everything else, just kind of keeping to about 5 of each. We then come to another twist shortly. Now here you're going to keep one arm straight. The other hand goes palm up onto the small of your back. Now this is about raising your shoulder and opening your chest. Now with my breathing, as I'm lifting and opening here, that's where I'm trying to take a breath in. As I dip my shoulder down, that's where I exhale. Exactly the same. And again, what we're doing here is when we switch sides, we're just looking to compare the two. And we want to get as close to symmetrical as possible. Okay, so just got a minute to go now. And into this final move is a downward facing dog into an upward facing dog. So in a down dog, it's bum lifted, head down. We then drop your knees, flatten out your feet, and just very softly and gently drop your hips to the floor. Now pacing wise here, it's important that you do work through at your own speed. Obviously I've done this once or twice before, so it's working with my breath. So as my bum is going up, I'm using that time to breathe out. And as I drop my hips, that's when I'm going to breathe in. Again, with all of these moves, it's very important that you just go with how your body feels. Don't try and force anything. And just do take your time. The first couple of times you do it, you know what, it's going to feel tight, it's going to feel stiff. But as you stick with it, it's going to get easier and easier.